All right, so I'm Veronica Wong. I work at Kriya Therapeutics. I've worked with a number of different contract management systems in the past, but I knew when I got to Kriya we had to move quickly, we had to get things in order very quickly, and we had to keep up with the pace of the business. We, as a biotech company, work with many suppliers. We need to have this very organized. What I really wanted to achieve was a lot of enforceability, visibility, and consistency in the contract process, as well as how we're managing contracts. So this is on our paper, but we do support a third-party paper. One of the first things I did and what I got really excited about was tagging. I really love collecting metadata. I love collecting information up front. And so when I first built this SOW workflow, I got a little overzealous. I tagged too many fields. I very excitedly and proudly showed this workflow to my GC, who was not quite as excited. And she asked me to kind of take a step back and reassess how I'm putting this together. So our intention here was to make a really user-friendly, really easy process for our contract owners. So I took a second pass. As you can see here, I've reduced the number of fields that I have tagged. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you, and another thing that I'm very excited about, is the fact that I wanted to capture SOW and MSA relationships. I wanted to preserve contract hierarchy. And so what I did here was I built in a different field where we could have the end users during the launch form and during the intake process, search and select for the relevant MSA that accompanies their SOW. Again, this is to preserve contract hierarchy, and I get really excited when we can do this in a really clean and streamlined way. Now, this brings me to my last point and the thing that I'm most excited about, which is the project codes. In my past company, we did not track this in an efficient way, and I really wanted to avoid that mistake going into this build. I didn't have a lot of support or excitement around this field when I was first bringing it up during the build process, so I kind of went rogue. I kind of built it in myself, and then when I brought it to our GC and to the finance team for feedback, they said no. Then they said, oh, the project codes are all wrong. Then someone else said, I don't like how it looks that way, and so we had to then get together as a cross-functional team in order to decide on how we were going to label this and how this would impact future systems. This is the 5th iteration of the project code. And in fact, literally 48 hours ago, our finance team asked me to add 2 more codes to the program code here. And it's super easy. All you have to do is go into the question, hit enter your new code, and then you can click save and publish, and then it's done. Within 10 minutes, I had updated all 5 workflows with all of these new codes. So that's it for me in this workflow. I have plans to build out 2 more later this year. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear any feedback or any features that you think would be good for me to add to our system, to our workflows. Equally, I'd be really happy to provide advice or any guidance on Ironclad or legal ops in general. Thanks, everyone.